Even before the energy crisis and the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, our someone you should know is experimenting with ways to save fuel. He discovered that with an electric auto starter plant and a good-sized battery, he could motorize almost any bike. Sheldon Shacket, an ad agency vice president, points out that the electric bike was invented in 1895, and that for the past 8 years, he has worked to develop refinements, enabling almost anyone to build the vehicle from his plans. The basement of his North Side home is nearly filled with gasoline and electric-powered bicycles, put together for his experimentation. Involved as he is in mechanical construction, one would think he has a way with tools, but not so.
I find out what the minimal basic tool I will require for the job, and then I will just build the thing. I mean, I may use a hammer, a wrench, or a pair of pliers. I'll use a pliers when you're not supposed to, when you're supposed to be using a wrench. But the overall effect is what vehicle works or what invention works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't make any difference if you have the most expensive tools in the world or instruments. But if it works, that is the proof that your endeavor was worthwhile.
Our someone is also a composer of songs and a lyric writer, though he doesn't play an instrument. The tune is entitled Heaven and Earth. When not doing that, he might be found writing a book or two. This one is a satire on Khalil Gibran's The Prophet. The spoof is entitled The Prophet by Kellogg Allbrand, who is our someone. Shacket's experience with his battery-powered bikes led to the writing of this publication, The Complete Book of Electric Vehicles, a history of such conveyances. Thorough as he is in explaining things, our someone admits being mystified by a game he devised called Ibex. He found he could temporarily magnetize some steel balls and a steel stick, causing them to cling together after the magnet is removed. To his surprise, the magnetic force remained when it was not supposed to.
This is the most difficult effect. It has a difficulty rating of 9, and it is the 23rd effect in the Ibex booklet, which has the instructions, the 48-page booklet that is required to show all the effects of this particular thing. The magnet is totally out of play, and these elements are being hung without any magnet force, as you can see. I kept everything somewhat mystical because I was not sure exactly how the Ibex worked in terms of its function. And to this day, I'm really not that sure. It's a basic principle of residual magnetism, but the people that have seen this, including the scientists, and the more involved in science they are, the more they give it a double take.
Sheldon Shacket, advertising executive, writer, composer, inventor.